In today's video, you will learn how to integrate Beehiiv with mail opt-in. I'm in my Beehiiv account right now, and the first thing we'll need to do is set up our API key. So let's go over to settings in the bottom left-hand corner. Then we'll click on API. And next, we'll click on generate new API key. And we'll need to name it. So I'm going to call mine WordPress. Then we'll click on create new key. Okay, so now that we have our API key, we can go ahead and copy it. Then we'll go to our WordPress dashboard. We'll hover over mail opt-in and we'll click on integrations. And in the integrations tab, we'll configure our Beehiiv connection. We'll paste our API key in the field above. And next we need our publication ID. So let's go back to Beehiiv. We'll just click out of this and scroll down. Here we have API v2. We'll click on copy to get it. We'll go back and we'll paste it in this field. All right, let's save our changes. All right, so now Beehiiv is connected. We can now go ahead and test out this connection by creating an opt-in integrated with Beehiiv. So on the left, we'll click on opt-in campaigns. And at the top, we'll click on add new. Now we'll need to name our opt-in. So I'm going to call mine Beehiiv. Let's use this template. And right now we are in the opt-in builder. We can see a preview here. And on the left, we have our settings. So the first tab we have here is design. If we click on it, we'll see a number of different options. We can adjust our opt-in width simply by dragging this slider. We can also add a display effect. So if we use this drop-down menu, we can select one. Here's a flash and here's a bounce. We can also add a background color, border color, and custom CSS. We just need to type it or paste it here. If we go back, we have options for the headline. Now this can also be configured simply by clicking on the element in the preview. If I click on the headline, we'll see its options open on the left. For example, we can go ahead and hide the headline by toggling this switch, and we can also edit its text and colors down here. We can click to edit the description as well. And in this preview right below, we have our form fields. So if we click on it, we'll see its options open on the left. So we can choose to use custom HTML only by toggling this switch. We'll just need to paste it right here. I'll turn it off. And if you want to display only a call to action button, you can toggle this switch. You'll just need to customize the button. So here we have our regular form fields and we have name and email. You can always expand each one to customize its options. You can make changes to its colors, title, font, and so on. At the bottom of this section, there is an option to add a custom field. So you can click on this button and then you'd go ahead and configure your options. So we can add a title, which we can see in this preview over here. We can also select a different field type and there are options to customize your colors and fonts as well. Now moving on. Right here, we have an option to customize our button. So let's make it red as an example. We have other customization options, but we'll just stick to this one. We're going to move on to our configuration options. And here we can choose to hide the close button simply by toggling this switch. We can close the overlay on click. This is turned on by default. You can also select a sound effect from this drop-down menu. We have a number of different options, and right below we have options to customize our cookie durations. If you want, you can have your mail opt-in branding turned on. Right now it's hidden by default. If you toggle this switch, it will be displayed, and you can also attach your affiliate link to this. Moving on, we can go to the integrations tab, and here we can choose to keep our leads inside of mail opt-in only. You'll just need to toggle this switch. But for this demonstration, we'll need to set up our Beehiiv integration. So we're going to click to expand this tab. And we'll begin by selecting Beehiiv from this drop-down menu. Next, we'll need to select a tier. Our only option here is free tier, so I'm going to select it. And we can add tags if we want to, but I don't think we need this for this example. We can also send a welcome email if we want, but I'm going to leave this alone as well. Okay, so we're going to go back and move on. We have after conversion here. And these options basically determine what happens after a lead converts. We're showing a success message. We'll go back and move on to display rules, which is our final tab. Now these options here determine when the opt-in gets displayed. We'll keep it simple and use after X seconds. And we'll also need to determine what the value of X is in terms of time. And for us, that will be about 3 seconds. We'll activate the rule, save our changes, and then finally turn on the opt-in. Now we'll need to test this out. So I'm going to click on the X to go back. And we'll also go ahead and visit our website. We'll need to wait for 3 seconds to see the opt-in. Here it is. I'm going to enter a random name and an email address. Let's subscribe now. We'll see our success message. Here it is. Thanks for subscribing. And now we'll need to go to Beehiiv to see if our lead was in fact subscribed. So here I'll just go back to settings, and we now have 2 active subscribers. Let's go ahead and see our audience. I'm going to click on this drop down, go to subscribers, and here we'll see the lead that we just subscribed. So this proves that our integration worked. You should now know how to integrate Beehiiv with WordPress using mail opt-in. Thanks for watching and see you next time.